Dear operators, in this video, I will provide you with information about electrical faults. Dear valued customers, I would like to address a frequently asked question we receive. My machine is not moving. What should I do? Many operators reach out to us with concerns about their machine not operating properly. I turn the ignition key and ensure that the rabbit symbol lights up when I shift into forward gear, and the turtle symbol lights up when I shift into reverse gear. If these symbols are illuminated but the machine still does not move forward or backward, let me explain. I want you to watch me carefully. All right, everyone, I am now going to remove the seat to the side. There are 4 bolts around the seat, which can be removed using a 13mm wrench. I will place a cloth on the left side and move the seat to the side. After moving the seat, we will check the 3 solenoid valves located on the transmission. We will inspect whether these valves are functioning properly. Let me explain why our machine isn't moving forward or backward. First, I turn on the ignition. The park lamp indicator on the screen should go off, and the air pressure should be above 5 bar. Then, I shift into any forward or reverse gear. When the gear is engaged, both of the 2 coils at the bottom should light up simultaneously. If only 1 coil or 3 coils are lit, the machine won't move. If, while selecting gears 1, 2, 3, or 4 from the gear selector, both coil lights don't come on, the machine won't move forward or backward. This indicates an electrical fault. Alternatively, if the machine doesn't move when shifting from gear 1 to gear 2, we need to check the coils again. Similarly, when we shift the gear lever to reverse gear 1, 2, 3, or 4, if 1 or 3 of the coils light up, meaning they do not light up together, the machine will not move forward or backward. I will explain to you step by step what you need to do and what to pay attention to. The compartment located in the left dashboard of our machine is the section responsible for controlling the forward and reverse movements of our machine. In other words, we command the electrical components located on the automatic transmission from here. Here are our fuses. Of these 12 fuses, the 6 on the right are related to the movement of the machine. I open their covers and if these fuses are intact, I check whether I get 2 outputs from my fuses when I command them from this motherboard we see here. First, I verify that. Do I get 2 outputs from the motherboard to the fuse? If not, there might be an issue with the motherboard. I'll need to check the motherboard, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The socket numbered 6 seen above is our socket related to movement. Is there electricity coming from this socket? Is it connected to the fuse? First, we'll check that. If there are not 2 electrical inputs to the fuse, our machine will not move forward or backward. This applies to every gear. When we switch the gear selector to 1, 2, 3, 4 each time, there should be 2 electrical inputs here. If 2 electrical inputs do not come here, our machine will not move. Now that we have observed that electricity is coming here and there are 2 electrical inputs, yet our machine still isn't moving. So, what should we do now? Let's examine these step by step. These areas are extremely important. We've checked the fuses, inspected our circuit board, verified that there is an output from the board, and checked the input to the fuse. We've checked the fuses, inspected our circuit board, verified that there is an output from the board, and checked the input to the fuse. If there is still only 1 light on the coils on the transmission, we are investigating the reasons for this. I am removing the side panel on the fuel tank cover. The electrical wiring of our machines runs from the right side. The wiring you see passing directly over the diesel tank serves our movement. Let's first manually check for any dents, cuts, or pinches caused by friction on any hoses in this wiring. When were we doing this procedure? We were doing this when only 1 coil lamp was lit on the transmission. Now we have checked here. There are no dents, no friction in solid places. If these are crushed, If they are broken, again, one lamp will light up, our machine won't move. We will move on to the second stage. Now, in another step, I'm removing the grill on the right side of our cabin. The purpose of this is due to the connection of the chassis of our machine's walking system to the right side of the cabin. We've removed the grill and inspected our wiring. There is no problem in our wiring here. There is output from our card. If one coil lamp still isn't lighting up on our machine, we are investigating why it's not lighting up. In the right corner of our machine, just below the cabin sheet, the chassis should be tight and the cables should not be broken. In case of any looseness or cable breakage, the machine will not move forward or backward. All right, now we've reached the coils on the transmission. You've performed every step I've explained so far. There are 2 coil lamps lit on the transmission, but the machine still isn't moving. What should we do? I press the control pen firmly onto the center of the illuminated coils. If the machine moves when I press both coils centers simultaneously, then the issue lies with the coils. We need to replace these 2 solenoid coils. If the machine moves when you press both coils simultaneously, the issue lies with the coils. If the coils are receiving electricity and the lights are on, but the machine is not moving, and pressing the center of the coils manually as I demonstrated causes the machine to move, then these 2 coils are faulty and need to be replaced. We've checked the motherboard, inspected our wiring, and examined the chassis, but the machine still isn't moving. The 2 coils you see above are both lit simultaneously. There's no issue here either. As I showed earlier, this is crucial. Using a screwdriver, I firmly push into the center of the coils with the illuminated lights. If pushing both coils makes the machine move, then this coil or valve is faulty, and I'll need to replace it. Sure, let me describe the walking sequence system of our machine. How does our machine's walking system operate? When I shift to forward first gear, the upper left coil and the lower middle coil light up. Shifting to forward second gear, the lower left coil and the middle coil light up. When I shift to forward third gear, the upper left coil and the middle coil light up. Shifting to forward fourth gear, the lower left coil and the middle coil light up. Now let me describe the reverse gear to you. When I shift to reverse first gear, the lower right coil and the middle coil light up. Shifting to reverse second gear, the upper right coil and the middle coil light up. When I shift to reverse third gear, the upper right coil and the middle coil light up. Shifting to reverse fourth gear, the upper right coil and the middle coil light up. You should hear the warning horn when you shift the machine into reverse. I've described this electrical system to you. Electricity is flowing, but I can manually intervene with my machine. How? We press on the center of the illuminated coils with a screwdriver, just like I showed you earlier. We'll press on the center of whichever coil is lit up, and that's how we manually operate our machine's walking system, folks. In summary, in this video, we attempted to answer your questions regarding, my machine isn't moving forward or backward, what should I do? Here's what we did. We turned on the ignition and checked if the rabbit or turtle symbol on the display lit up. Then, we removed the seat and inspected whether the lights on the coils on the transmission were illuminated, ensuring they were working properly. If the coil lights were not on, we checked the fuses on the motherboard and ensured they were intact. Next, we removed the grill on the fuel tank and inspected the wiring. If the wiring was intact, we removed the metal part in our cabin. After removing the part, we checked the main chassis wiring leading to the coils and ensured its integrity. Finally, I explained how to manually operate our machine. We continue to strive for excellence at BAGSAN. Dear operators, I have provided you with information on electrical faults. Don't forget to follow our videos for other topics.